I want to talk about a show that has truly changed the way I see good television and that has made me rethink my writing style as a whole. It is, in my opinion, the pinnacle of acting as well as storytelling in the past 15 years. It subjects a viewer deep into a world of drug activity and creates a realistic, animated setting in New Mexico, which is depicted as a quiet, desert outskirt that everyone would want to visit at least once. Because I care deeply about the preservation of the story to those who have not given the series a try yet, there will not be any major spoilers, so don't worry. There will only be discussion on the very effective writing styles utilized, and what makes the story arc of this series the most talked about literature in the TV arena. My name is Cody Pickens, and this is my analysis on the effective writing styles of AMC's Breaking Bad. This series is about how one man sinks faster and faster into the quicksand of a very different lifestyle than he is used to. He switches from a chemistry teacher working on one other job as a car wash attendant to a big-time drug lord who must go to great lengths to protect both himself and his family. In this metamorphosis, we see this person go through stages of horror, trauma, desensitization, like anyone else would, has many regrets in this process. This show is, in my humble opinion, brilliant, and it's the best show I've ever seen on TV. Because it uses what I think is one of the greatest secrets of storytelling, but I'll touch on more on that in a moment. Without giving away too much, here it is in a nutshell. Walt is a chemistry teacher who has terminal lung cancer. He recruits a former dropout student, Jesse. Together, they go big time in the meth business. Teacher makes an amazing product. However, Jesse wants to make an extra few dollars. Walt has bigger plans, to make sure his pregnant wife and disabled teenage son will be financially okay when he croaks, which could be very, very imminent. The things that will stand out to you, mostly in this show, is the setting and the hilariously terrifying story. Themes including corruption, morality, decisions, circumvention, and deceptiveness. This show is the writer's show because it constantly presents you with examples to take notes from, and what I think is quite possibly the best achievement a writer can present. To make two or more wildly different elements clash in an entertaining and suspenseful way. The two central constituents of Breaking Bad basically go together like peanut butter and ketchup. I love the fact that there are real characters, people who you would actually know, the painfully shy high school teacher and the whiny white boy rapper kid from suburbia. Walt turns into something of a man never thought possible. And Jesse is actually a young, complex character with dilemmas that question his mortality and contradict his young, positive upbringing. The story sets up many places that later assemble one big-time bomb, and the writers know it. They also know you can show the viewers a bomb and get to detonate it. I think the show wants to reveal the cost of a drug illegalization, which is a loss of human lives and countless families traumatized. I think it also explores the root cause of why Walt got into the meth cooking business in the first place. The fact that he makes nowhere near what it could cost to pay his hospital treatments, and with his back against the wall, goes down fighting in a last-ditch effort to get something for his family, if at all costs. Are the writers shedding light on the current healthcare system of the United States? Are the writers trying to give the world just one example of what's happening in the lives of everyday Americans who make drastic last resorts in order to gain financial breathing room? Another very cool aspect of the show is that the battle system written around chemistry. Quite literally, science is the weapon. You're going to see Walt using his know-how to get past some very difficult obstacles using chemistry smarts, and the best part is, he thoroughly explains what chemical does what and why it reacts in a certain way. Another great element that the writer puts in the way of Walt's success is his brother-in-law, who just so happens to be a DEA agent. I thought this was a brilliant way that the story could compare two completely different lifestyles and seeing what could happen at the inevitable family event. The fact that Walt's son is disabled is also a very clever scenario that the writer used because it truly makes Walt even more dependent as a father figure. With that said, only one can imagine the trials and tribulations that lay before Walt. The tension begins to swell and things spiral out of control before Walt even knows what hits him. In conclusion, I think that if you're a fan of great writing and unpredictable story arcs, you cannot lose with Breaking Bad. The writer follows the rules of physics, biology, and psychology. No magic or CGI can be found. Every action has a reaction, and drastic events of past episodes linger in the minds of characters. They act so well you can tell something is eating at them. You know exactly what it is. You don't get more character chemistry in any other show. You should definitely watch Breaking Bad.